David, good to see you.
Great to see you.
All right, so what do you have in store for us here, David?
That's how this is going to start.
Right.
The mayor cautioned me that there aren't very many Channel 11 viewers, so I really don't have to have any pressure or sweat.
That's not true.
This going well. So no, I think we're just excited to obviously honor the mayor and for his dedicated public service, and he's been a wonderful partner, as the city has been in a prominent or conspicuous part of our service territory, both on water and power, as you said.
And so I think we probably want to bring the mayor up then, right?
That'd be great.
Okay.
He's here.
All right.
He's here. We should bring him up.
Sorry, my dear. Thank you.
Here.
Thank you. We're trying to figure out who said McMahon.
All right, welcome, Mayor Giles. It's so good to see you.
Thank you.
I tell you what, well, I'm going to go into a little bit of my sentimental part and some of the things that you've done for us in public safety. But I know you worked a lot with SRP.
Absolutely.
And at this point, David, sounds like you've got a few things that you'd like to ask the mayor.
Sure, I think. Oh, of course. No, I think I've been intrigued by your career and just watching you navigate a number of issues and challenges very successfully, I might add. I think Mesa, under your watch, has done some wonderful things. I particularly, we partnered on a tech corridor that's resulted in an explosion of data centers that are now verging on probably representing the equivalent of half of SRP's load, which is hard to imagine. Data centers receive a lot of criticism. I was curious, what's in your mind, how do you justify the location of data centers in this community, and what does it ultimately give rise to?
Well, data centers, another word for data centers is the internet. That is the World Wide Web. I mean, people, and the cloud, the cloud is not up in the clouds. The cloud is in data centers. And so, and particularly with the advent of artificial intelligence and our reliance now, we live in the world called the Internet of Things, right? Where your phone talks to your car, talks to your TV, talks to your toaster. I mean, just everything about the world that we live in is tied to the web, and it talks to each other. So that's not a bad world to live in. But the practical reality is that you got to have servers somewhere that are making that happen. So I think we need a balance. I mean, Mesa is a great place for data centers, and I think we're about saturated at the right number that we have. We also want to have a lot of jobs. When we created the Gateway Airport area, it was very intentional. It was because Mesa had the reputation of being a bedroom community, and we wanted to bring more industry, more jobs to our area, and so that's, by design, we were anxious to get industrial development there, and it's doing very, very well. And every one of those million square foot buildings that's out there that's generating revenue for our city and providing jobs, each one of them is a big partnership with Salt River Project, because water and electricity are the two things that you have to get over those hurdles to do a project like that. So thank you to Salt River Project for being such a great partner with Mesa and with the business community that's moving out there and making literally billions and billions of dollars of investment in our city.
Sure.
Now, David, other than that, is there any other programs or any work that you've done with the city under Mayor Giles' leadership that you'd like to talk about?
Well, I think one example, we host a League of Cities mayor's dinner for every mayor that's within our service territory or where we have facilities. And one year we were down in Tucson, and I had brought along Marco Lopez, who had worked under Napolitano's administration, and then ultimately in the White House with Customs and Border Enforcement, and then went on and became a consultant. But he was just along. He was going to be at the conference, and as a friend, I asked him to join us for our dinner, but I didn't have any specific seating for him, nor did our staff. And So it worked out by happenstance he sat next to you, and out of that grew a pretty amazing project. So I'd love for you to talk about that, what that was all about.
Absolutely. Marco has strong ties to a company in Mexico that was in the airport development business and had some really innovative ideas about connecting e-commerce in the United States to this huge economy down in Mexico, and we struck a strong partnership with Skybridge now at the Gateway Airport, and hundreds of acres of property at the airport are being developed on their dime as opposed to on the public dime, putting in the infrastructure, the roads and the curbs, and some buildings that are bringing in amazing industries. So that was we're very grateful for that introduction. It really created one of the strongest business partners that we have out at the Gateway Airport.
I've had people that are familiar with the story that want me to take credit for it, and I said, well, I'd first have to have had the vision that was going to give way, but obviously both you and Marco deserve the credit for one, having the communication and the vision to take it on, but ultimately it eliminates the need to ship everything to Mexico City in order to clear customs. It can be shipped directly, which is one of a kind in the U.S. So
yeah, very innovative.
Yeah.
Now,
kudos.
David, are there any things that you want to talk about that's going to benefit the city in the future, or some things that are coming up?
What if I said no?
Be the end of the interview.
Next question.
We're done.
Try it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. No,
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Exactly. Those three people, I'm sorry I disappointed. No, I think the biggest challenge, your successor is a friend of SRP's as well, Mark Freeman, and I think the challenge is you've set the bar really high for how a public servant conducts themselves, and so I think that's going to be exciting to continue that partnership. But back to the data center reference. On one hand, it's excruciatingly challenging as a company for us to grow into that at the same time that we're decarbonizing the grid away from fossil fuels. The two things are a challenge. So we're going to continue to add resources. Not all resources can be renewables because of their intermittency. And so I think we're going to need to continue that partnership going forward, and hope that the model that you've established will continue on.
All right, now, David, do you have a favorite story or memory about the mayor that you'd like to share with us?
Uh-oh.
I don't think you do.
I've gone through some pretty, none that we'd want to share. No, I think one memory was the tech group that we're talking about that now has built these data centers, which again, for the audience, you really can't enjoy all of the things that come with it, whether you're reshoring manufacturing, whether you're giving raise to the AI generation of 10x the requirement for storage without building data centers. And so the choice as a economy, as a community, is do you want it to happen here and with the necessary growing pains, or do you want it to happen maybe in China and have us lose out on all of that economic growth? And so I commend you. We've worked together for virtually the entire time you've been in office in order to see what's happened. And I think some communities are glad that Mesa it got the brunt of the data centers, but ultimately I think that's emblematic of really forward thinking and going to be an investment that's everybody's going to benefit from in terms of the quality of jobs and the overall economy here.
For sure.
Again, I've got one other question for you too. If you were to provide a quote for a book about Mayor Giles, what would it be?
I think the again, from my perspective,
This is a tough interview for you. I'm sorry.
G-rated.
it's slightly more interactive than I was envisioning. No, I think again, it's his grace and really the insistence on doing the right thing.
And I understand you have a little something also for the mayor, huh?
It's a black box.
Black box. Man, I don't have one of these. Thank you.
There's a fireman nearby.
Oh,
I didn't know if it was launch codes or like the football.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
do you want me to open this?
If you can.
I don't know. Yes,
That's part of the test.
I might need a fireman, to open this. The jaws of life might be involved in this. Wow.
So this is made by our construction and
That's a damn award right there.
Exactly.
That's the best damn award I've seen in a long time.
Our construction and maintenance folks are very proud, and they've taken, the stone comes from the original Roosevelt Dam, and then they've fabricated the, it's a pretty significant paperweight. I guess you could hold a door open with it as well. So, but anyway, we're very
Thank
grateful
you.
for the partnership.
Oh, thank you
Yeah.
so much, David. Thank you.
Hey, David, thank you very much for joining us today and for SRP for being today's sponsor. So we appreciate that.
My
and we
pleasure.
appreciate the partnerships.
Okay.
Here, Giles, we're going to ask you to stay up. Thank you,
David.
Thank you, David.